freedom and power to determine our destiny. The Black Panther Party calls for full employment for all our people. The Black Panther Party calls for an end to the capitalist exploitation of our community. The Black Panther Party calls for decent housing for all people. The Black Panther Party calls for an educational system that will tell us the true facts about this decadent society.
All right, well, here we are, folks. This is Brother John. I'm sitting here with Coach. We've been talking about doing this thing for a long time, the voice of the people, and we're finally bringing it to fruition, man.
Oh, man, it's a blessing, John. We've been talking about it like you just stated, man, and more so now than ever, we need the voice of the people to stand up as we face the wicked.
Yeah, you know, and as you speak of the wicked, it's ironic that the day we start, what else starts?
Yeah, the war on Iran has started, and that was one of the last countries that they plan to destroy as part of their plan to, destroy the earth pretty much and to control the earth and control the free-thinking thoughts.
Yeah, remember that, what was that General Wesley Clark said there were 7 countries?
Yes, indeed.
Iran, so I think Iran is the last one. And, you know, Iran does not have a what we call a central bank that's controlled by a certain people.
Yes.
And they sell their oil to whoever they want to. And they are outside of the conventional financial system. So, you know, they have to be, as they say, come subject to the master.
Yes, indeed. You know, they say all wars are banker wars.
That is, yeah.
And, you see with the monetary system now, where silver went up to over $100+ and gold has went up, and the way the system is going, then, we don't know the alternative measures that they have in store for us.
No, and, you know, they've been, I've been watching silver for a long time, man. This guy told me about silver back in, what was his name? Warren Ballantyne. He used to have a talk show on XM radio, and they kicked him off. But anyway, he was talking about getting precious metals, and back then it was probably about $12-15 an ounce.
Yes.
Then it moved up to 35 an ounce, and then it just shot up. So right now we're looking at the spot market. It's probably around $80 to $90. But they've been doing funny things with it. You know, like Thanksgiving, I think, price started shooting up, and they said a fan overheated in the data center, so they had to shut it down.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
It's funny. They always shut it down when the price is going up, but when the price is dropping, they let it roll. And it's gone down. That has happened twice.
I mean, that manipulation certainly is taking effect. But now China has their own silver price market, and other countries have their own silver price market, so it won't be as, we think, manipulated as much. But then again, they can manipulate it. If they say we can't sell it, then it would do us no good. So we would be in, those of us have a couple ounces that we have, they can always, like they confiscated the so-called the gold. But that's the time many people would bury it and say, hey, if I'm not going to give it to you.
Well, see, that's a different time, too, because back then, people trusted the government.
True.
And gold was actually the money back then. Yeah. There was no dollars. Gold was how money, how they transacted gold and silver. And plus, people trusted the government. They said the government, we need this, so, the good Americans, we're going to go in and do the right thing.
Yeah.
Not knowing that they took the gold from the people. It was $20 an ounce. They priced it to $35 an ounce after they confiscated it. So, the Indians, until you cannot trust the government of the United States. I mean, and we witnessed that today with the attack on Iran. They were in the middle of negotiations.
Well, for them, that's been the best time to attack. You said, this being Black History Month, and I was sharing with a group of people that, 96% of the Indian population was genocided, and 98% of their ancestral land was taken from them, and they are still on reservation. And, the alcohol problems, the drug problems. Those problems were inherited because of the alcohol that was firewater that was bestowed on them to use that, almost like a cocaine and heroin, and now fentanyl is upon our people. But in this particular room that we're in, my room was, in our room was spiritual warfare, based on spiritual warfare. My belief system being that Ma'at, the principles, the 42 declarations of Ma'at, need to be practiced in order for us to fight the wiles of the wicked, because we are in serious trouble as a people. Was reading with some folk Psalms 78, and how we, myself included, we stopped giving the wisdoms and the spiritual nurture of the elders to the next generation. In 78 Psalms, it speaks about how we are supposed to give these nuggets of truth, justice to our young people to pass it down to the next generation. And history shows that those that didn't do this fell into the claws of the wicked and started to enjoy their ways. And for that, they were punished and reprimanded. And here we are today in Babylon.
Well, like they say, history doesn't repeat, but it sure does rhyme a lot.
Yes.
And if you speak of Babylon, we often in America, we hear the Iranians say, "Death to America, death to America." Mm-hmm. Why do you think they say death to America? They didn't just wake up one morning and decide that they hated America. A lot of people don't know, in 1953, the United States and British intelligence overthrew the democratic elected government of Iran. I think the president was President Mossadegh, simply because he wanted to nationalize the oil and keep the oil profits for themselves. And at that time, British Petroleum was running the oil, but they were taking all the money out and not sharing those funds with the people. And it was their oil. So for that, the government got overthrown, and they put the Shah of Iran in, and the rest is history. So there's a reason why they don't like America. We know, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, you're anti this, you're anti." No, I'm not. I'm not anti-American. I'm anti the people that run America. There's a difference. I don't have a problem with the country. I have a problem with the people that are running it.
So true. I'm like yourself. I'm anti-unrighteousness. And you just mentioned how right now they went to Venezuela.
Yeah.
And this is ours. And then they blockade Cuba. They already had blockade on Cuba for years.
For decades.
And the people are suffering. And, they want to go in and say, well, we want to make a deal with Cuba. And the way they're going at it now, they're trying to recolonize the whole earth. For their so-called rare minerals.
Yeah,
but the United States of America and their system, according to, I always go with scriptures. I always at the coffee shop, Upper Cup Coffee Shop, a couple of guys call me, "It is written." And because they say, because I always say, "Hey man, it's written. I'm gonna tell you where to look for it." Because, like I said, it's a spiritual thing. You can't fight wickedness unless you have a spiritual foundation, because the people will come at you in certain ways, and unless you have that protection of the righteous. And adding on to what we're talking about, you're talking about Psalms 24. It states that they don't hate this country because of our freedoms, because it says, when you let the wicked go free and condemn the innocent, many people by many nations will hate you. So it is written that the way that this nation has been and is, they don't hate you because of your freedoms. They hate you because you let the rich and the wicked go free, and you condemn the poor man. And it's been like that. We're talking about with black folks with the cocaine sentences back in the day. Mm-hmm. And in the terms, now they have programs with the fentanyl that people can get out and, get help, and they should. But the attack is on, and we all, no matter what nationality, we are under attack for destruction, man.
Yeah, speaking of fentanyl, I'm a I guess a low key student of history. I read a lot and discover a lot of things, but the the turnaround on fentanyl. So most of the fentanyl, regardless of what the man in charge says, comes from China.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's where it all comes from. Now, back in the I forget what century it was, but there was same. They basically did the same thing to the Chinese. The British started importing a lot of opium into China because they had spent all their silver. China had all the silver.
Yeah.
And so they started importing and getting everybody hooked on opium so they could get that silver back. And so what's happening now today? Now the table's been flipped. China is getting Americans hooked on fentanyl, and getting the silver back.
Yes.
So it just goes around and around, man. But I go back to I've been knowing this guy for we've been knowing about 20 years or so.
Yes.
I ran into him when I first ran into you. You had a stack of papers. Yeah, and you had information on those papers, and you started giving it to me. And I was kind of just waking up at that time. I kind of just figured out, okay, something ain't right here.
Yeah.
So you started giving me every time we used to meet up at the center up there. I was doing an event, and you'd have some papers, and you'd give me some stuff, and so I appreciate your learning. That you kind of helped me along on my journey of figuring out how this thing works, man. So. Oh,
I mean, that's man. I'm so thankful. It pleases me to hear that. Because we're all trying to win disciples of righteousness. And those papers you're talking about, see that stack? I got stacks of them over there. I used to print them out at the workplace.
Yeah.
And now those sites aren't even allowed to be on the internet. But I got some fire just in that little stack right there, man, and just the information that we need to know to grow because, miseducation, Carter G. Woodson, this is the 100th year celebration of Black history. And Carter G. Woodson was not only a historian, but he was an activist. And, he actually wrote The Miseducation of the Negro, I think about 1933 is when he wrote it. And then, it took 50 years, I think it was Gerald Ford that allowed us to have Negro History or Black History Month. Black History Month. So now we have Black History year-round involved with the Black Man Build. And I really appreciate Black Man Build, Upper Cup Coffee Shop, and the Maroons Arts Group. Sherry and Marshall and, Samson and Mike. And here, Moses, his mother, and the others that are trying to restore a place where we can educate our young people and our families to become more self-resilient to things that they need to do, skills and workshops.
Yeah.
So when you came in today, Brother John, I had some of the music, the fire. I said,
man. I was about to bring that up, man.
Sir.
I'm gonna pan around this room when we get finished, and I'm gonna include this in the video. But this room, man, it's you've got some African artwork, you've got record music that you've curated over the years, stuff that I was listening to, and I thought it was an album from somewhere else, and you're this is something I did.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna have to get some of that out too, because you told me it's all on your computer and you can't get it. But I'm gonna help you get that, because that stuff needs to be heard, man. It's like entertainment and an education, edutainment, if you want to call it.
Yeah, I like that. Yes, that's a good word for it.
It's entertaining, but at the same time, it's educating, man. So yeah, this room is phenomenal, bro. I'm telling you, it's it's set up pretty nice, man.
Yeah, Brother John, I was listening to a brother on YouTube, and he was talking about music and how music. Just the vibrations of music is healing, it's education. We are educated through rhythms, and the Creator himself used music as a source for spirituality. Those music instruments that I have in here, we used to go to Franklin Park, and one guy would play lead with the drum, and everybody else would follow suit, whatever sound that come to their spirit. And there was no wrong or right to play. We just played. And, but the music, man, we're talking about how I was sharing with the group back in the 60s, there was a young man in the projects was a Black Panther. So he said he wanted to have a meeting with anybody that wanted to join the Panthers. About 35 brothers went down there to join the Panthers. So he showed and told us that we need to read these books in order to become the Panther. So after he told us all the disciplines that was needed, we had 5 brothers left. Want to be a Panther. so
the work is plenty, but the workers are few.
Yeah, but you know, I was saying the powers that be knew that young group, because the Panthers were from 15 on to early 20s, man.
Yeah.
And with female and male, and they saw the power of this rising of a new generation, and they said, "How can we stop this?" So I had my black afro fist in the air, you know, black power. And then they had a movie come out, John, Superfly.
Oh, man.
And then they had the Mac come out. So I told people from
Blaxploitation.
Blaxploitation, instead of wanting to be a Panther,
wanted to be a pimp.
I wanted to be a pimp.
And a player.
And I had my head processed. And my mother I came home, she said, "Boy, what you did with your head?" Had a rag. And it lasted 2 days because I was a basketball player. And I got on the court and just, sweated it out the second day. Yeah, man. But that music, man, was used, and it's used because, we had the early years of hip hop. Right. That was messaging that.
Yeah.
And then, they took that away. And, you can always get a drug dealer, or a drug dealer being the music dealer, to get somebody to demean our people.
Man, it's funny you mention that music. I don't know how true this is, but there was supposedly a bunch of rappers were in this room with record execs, and they came up with the idea of gangster rap.
Yeah.
Because remember we had a KRS. A lot of the early hip hop music was positive.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah.
And I didn't really start listening because I'm a rock guy for lack of a better word.
That's good. Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix was my man. I play guitar now, and he was one of my big influences. So I couldn't stand rap. When rap came out, LL Cool J, and when I came home I was in the Army. I came home from Alaska. My younger brother had a Public Enemy album.
Fear of
a Black. The first one was Fear of a Black Planet.
Fear of Black Planet. My daughter got that poster.
When I heard that, that's when I started liking rap, and I not all rap, but rap. Because Public Enemy, man, they were groundbreaking, and the way what they came out with, it was edutainment. Man.
Yes,
Professor
indeed.
Griff,
the
Minister of Information. I did an interview with Professor Griff up at Kojo's place a few years ago.
Oh, yes.
And so I put that, and Griff said, "Yeah, go ahead, put it on the internet." I didn't know nothing about monetize. That video got like 600,000 views, man.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still on there, but that whole music. They get us with that rhythm, man. A lot of the modern day rap music, the beats are killer.
Yes.
But then when you listen to the words, it's a disconnect for me anyway.
Well, still, you say killer, it's a killer. The lyrics are killers too. And you kill yourself, disrespect the women, and etc.
And I always say, was Public Enemy? They were. I have mixed. I'm ambivalent. I have mixed feelings about Public Enemy, because for one, they came out with a message, but then the message was not. I don't know. It's like it was good and bad.
Yes,
It was good and bad. They did what they did. They were talking about their life experiences. But then again, some of that might have led some other people to do other things. So I don't put them down for what they did. I just, I just have mixed feelings about that first album. The first album was I had my big speaker in the back in the day.
Right.
I'd be riding down the street, F the police.
Yeah. But Griff, man, he came to town and he turned me on thought process wise of the chemtrails.
Oh, yeah.
I said, man, what's a chemtrail? So he went outside, pointed to the skies. He said, man, I've never seen as many chemtrails in Ohio that I've seen anywhere. So I started educating myself on chemtrails, weather modification, blocking the sunlight. And not only that, the manipulation that can be done mind-wise and health-wise by these chemtrails that they're saying. Today I was saw a lot of chemtrails, so much so I said, man, there's something. You don't know what weather calamity is coming, but you know something's coming.
They got another name for them now. They don't call them chemtrails anymore. It's some scientific name, but it's the same thing.
Right.
Dick Gregory talked about that. He said, the cadmium, all kinds of stuff in there, man. But yeah, when I was a kid, I grew up around Fort Bragg. And I know I've seen a lot of planes taking off.
Right.
So I know what a contrail is. It would dissipate behind the plane. It may be 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
These chemtrails, they draw giant X's in the sky.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
Playing like tic-tac-toe. Why does a plane, I try to ask, why does a plane fly in that pattern? What are they doing? Oh, that's just contrails. I'm like, no, that ain't it. I don't know what it is, but it ain't what you're telling me.
Yes, indeed. But just things like that, and you say, well, why would they do that? Well, there's a theory that they say population elimination.
Yeah.
They felt that there's too many people on the earth, according to them. But all this land that we have, man, to be cultivated, but their mindset is that they want the land for themselves.
You remember the Georgia Guidestones?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes.
They said to maintain the population at 500,000.
Yeah.
And somehow they mysteriously got knocked down a few years ago. But yeah, so these people, as they call them, the ruling elite, and it ain't the president, it ain't the senator and congressman.
Right.
There was a guy that came that spoke at one of Dr. Jeffrey's events years ago. He said he was talking about the president, and at that time, I think Obama and the guy he's a Mormon. I forgot his name, but they were running.
Okay, yeah.
And he said they were just the butlers. They go get the groceries for these people. He said these people that. They don't know. You don't know where they live. You'll never get to them. You'll never find them.
Nope.
And they hide in the shadows. Nobody ever sees them. But we sit out here and we argue over the left and the right and the conservative and the liberal, and it's all a part of the Hegelian dialectic, man. As long as you get on a side, they don't care what side you're on.
Yeah.
As long as you're on the side, and I've been on X a little bit more than I have here lately, and it's amazing how many black people I see out there praising the current president. I can't understand it, and it's like, what happened? And then it's almost like a cult, man. It's almost like a cult because no matter what he does or says, they'll go along with it. And sometimes it's not just him. You go back and look at a lot of other administrations. You can see that same type of behavior. But we've got to have our favorite team, man, and that's I think that's one of our weaknesses as the lower level people, as they call us. Who was it? The guy Kissinger said, call soldiers cannon fodder. That's what they think about us. So
and useless eaters to some people.
Yeah, useless eaters, exactly.
Yeah, but you have that group of people who. The Wizard of Oz is what I call it. They're looking at this part here that don't see or don't even imagine the person behind the curtain.
Exactly.
So man, I said, like you said, the young man that I talked with, Trump. I said, man, I don't even want to hear about. He's just a game host. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Trump is, he played The Apprentice, and now he's playing the president the way that they want him to do. He's doing what he said to do, or they gave him a warning already.
Yeah.
So he's going to do as he said do. But he's just a figurehead, and if people can't figure that out, and they're doing their job real well. They got the press. All the press are manipulated, and they can tell you what's going, what's coming, and you believe it. But anybody who would think Trump is more than what he is, and he's a wicked man. His record shows it itself.
Yeah.
So I always say wicked because in the books that I read and the Hosea and like I said, the Ma'at, man, I got a mod book, man, that not only is spiritual, but it gives you history.
Yeah.
Background history of, where we came from. And also, it predicts where things could happen if it continues in the course that it's going right now. But we are on a course, what the Palestinians are facing right now. They're talking about making a casino.
Yeah.
You already had a casino fail in New Jersey and, Las Vegas. Now you want to commit genocide. But, genocide was committed here against the Native Americans, so it could be committed here. And as black folks, people of color, you hear people talk about, well, they need to get them all out of here. A lot of people did misuse the system, by getting the benefits from people that they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But overall, man, there are people that they're over here because we bombed their country.
Exactly.
And we have put in leadership that is corrupt to the extent that they will get rid of their people for money and for things what they think is what I call treasures. but it's just the opposite. Some rich people are poor and some poor people are rich, because it says that where there is ignorance of God, the people run wild. Virtue makes a nation great. By sin, whole races are disgraced. The runs of a nation begins in the homes of his people. And then it says sin brings disgrace. If you tall all these things up and what they're doing to manipulate the mindset of people, with the Epstein situation, it goes so high that the folks overseas, they got rid of the prince, became a punk.
They dropping over there, bro.
Yeah. But here, here they said no.
It's like they're defending them.
Yeah, because some of them are those that's done the same things. But we, Brother John, are at a crossroads where you're going to have to choose to either service Satan,
good or evil.
Either the creator or the creature. And that's why I always share with the young brothers that there has to be that spiritual balance in there, because in me reading history, there's no other way, man, to combat these forces that I've read other than the miracles that happened when they were facing obstacles, and they overcome those obstacles by spiritual warfare. I'm speaking about Haiti.
Yeah.
And they said voodoo. Oh man, voodoo is witchcraft, and they use voodoo to defeat two armies, the world's strongest armies at the time.
Kicked them right up out of there.
Yeah, and they still suffering for it right now.
They made Haiti pay back. They had to pay back money.
Yeah, the France, yes.
The money they lost to make it make sense, man.
Yes, and they get people in there because Aristide was the rightly elected president. So after that, they started manipulating those people, and the barbecue that they talking about. But at least he's a freedom fighter for his people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barbecue this, barbecue that.
One man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist.
Yes, that's so true. So true. But going forward, as we're going to use this space to bring various folk in. Linda Myers, she was and we're going to speak with her. I want to speak with you. Man, Doc Myers, she got some fires. We were talking on the show when she was talking about how the spiritual realm is so powerful at 40,000 miles an hour that those vibes in the atmosphere, those wicked vibes, can't penetrate those things. And, she was over to Haiti. She went to a Badoum conference. And, just her knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the things that she's learned is unmeasurable. Wow. And talked to her this past week, and she's been trying to get a podcast going so that she can share some of this information out.
She's from Columbus?
Oh, yeah, man. She sure is. She was a professor at Ohio State, and she got numerous books out, and Dr. Linda Myers, and a great friend of mine. And, I'll talk to her today and, let her know that you and I got together, first time we got together. And we're going to, Brother John and I, we're going to bring some fire to the public. And, our fire is just truth and righteousness.
Yeah.
Things that we pick up every day because we're researchers. And, we're not know-all. We learn from the learners.
Exactly.
Dr. Amos Wilson was one of my go-to guys. Leonard Jeffries, he came to the house. Anthony Browder came to the house, man.
Who?
Anthony Browder.
Oh, yeah?
Oh man, and he said he didn't want to go no further because I had all those artifacts at the house.
I know, man. Like I'm saying, this place is This is awesome.
So he was at the house and said, "Man, hey, I could stay here," but he had they said he had a heart attack, and they was wondering how that happened, and his mother said, "How about don't some of those in Egypt? Don't some of those places have viruses?" And found out that he had caught a virus over there. And luckily for him, they were able to at least, get the procedures done that he needed to get done. He didn't get heart surgery, but he's on YouTube. And, he's a brother that I listened to. Remember James Smalls was here? Leonard was here. Dick came in. Dick Gregory came in.
Dick.
Yeah, so all these, when working at a center that I was working at, when you bring in people like that, you're going to be under attack financially.
Yeah.
But the Lord always says, "Hey, I got something else for you to do. You got to move on and do something else." So instead on the west side working, he said, I'm gonna move you over here to the east side. So ain't no side of town. I always tell brothers, I said, man, you on one side of the plantation or the other. You're still on the plantation, north, south, east, or west.
Man, that is so true. Like I said, I see a lot of these black so-called conservatives on the X. I'm off of the Democratic plantation. I said, yeah, you left Mr. Charlie's, now you're working for Mr. Don.
Yeah.
You're still on the plantation. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's just that mentality, man. We cling to leaders, I don't know why, but it's like a cult of personality, man. People just they get caught up in that thing and they don't know how to get out of it.
Oh yeah.
It's like being on a cult almost.
It is, and you know what? The thing we were talking about coinage earlier, and what I started doing, I go online and I said, you know what? I'm going to start. I had some eagles at the time that I sold off, which I hadn't sold them, but I started selling them off for figures in Africa that were historical figures. So Patrice Lumumba, I got about 4 of his coins.
Wow.
I said, this is Bitcoin for us. Now, Thomas and Cora. And, people don't know about Thomas Secure until they know Ibrahim.
Because they're assassinated.
Exactly, yeah. So Torre right now in Burkina Faso is a disciple. And in Africa, needs to wake up with the corrupt leadership that they've had. They have the resources, and they just had that conference. They said they're going to recolonize Africa. And some of the Africans are waking up. They better wake up because Bush said we want Africa without the Africans.
Yeah.
And people was lining up for vaccines, and they said the Nation in Islam, Minister Farrakhan said, hey, don't take that shot. Don't take that shot, y'all. People taking 4 or 5 shots. And, right now there's unfortunately
a lot of people dropping.
Yeah, people dropping. And, Kennedy at least is saying that. And actually, at first of that COVID, the president or the dictator or the
ruler in chief.
Yes, the wicked one, he said that, if you take this particular pill, and he was right, actually, but they cut him off so fast. He said, hey, don't you let other out your mouth again. Yeah, but the nation in Cuba, they had a prescription for COVID at that time.
Yeah. You remember, I think, who was it? Was it one of the Democrats? Might have been Kamala Harris. They asked her, would she take the vaccine? And she's like, no. But that was when Trump was president.
Right.
But then after he became president, after he was out, they were pushing everybody to get it.
Biden, yeah.
And he was, he called himself the father of the warp speed vaccine. And at the time that thing was coming out, they had a plan where the military was going to go out and inject people, whether you wanted it or not.
Yeah.
And they were ready to do that, man. I remember reading that story. So, and the people that are avid Trump supporters, I said, now Trump was pushing the vaccine, but now it's not. So, now he's not. How does that work? When. How do you square that? It was bad then, but it's good now. What's the difference?
Oh yeah, well the money's always with him and his family, so-called business deals. But you talking about the vaccine? We're talking about one of the young men that I really uplift is Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah,
The heck that he went through, the hell that he went through for standing up, and then the LeBron and all the others and Barkley and all of them went against him, and he stood firm. And he even stood firm with the slaughter of the Palestinian people. And, LeBron lately, they have something on him. I say that because he
him
was.
and Floyd Mayweather too.
Yes. So they may be getting ready to release information of him using some juice or something. All those years.
He was reportedly there's a clip of him saying there's no party like a Diddy party.
Yeah. He gonna say it's AI. I hope it is AI, but they had him in like a dress and a maid dress and all that. I said, man, but that whole group of people took a page from Epstein. That's what he did. Mm-hmm. And recorded all these people and held it over their head. But Kyrie, man, is just to me a special person because of his Native American heritage. He donates to the people of his his ethnic tribe, and he does a lot of positive things as far as standing up for the truth. And not a lot of athletes do that anymore.
No, not like we ain't got no Jim Browns or Muhammad Ali's.
Yeah, Ali's number one.
Back in it. I remember, man, that was you probably do too. You got a picture of him on the wall, but I remember when he changed his name to Cassius, from Cassius to Muhammad Ali. Mm-hmm. All the older black people, they went with it, man. And but he stood his ground, man. And I was listening to this chief warrant officer the other day, and he was talking about the lead up to the first Gulf War. And his troops were asking him, why are we going to war? Why are we going to war? And so he said he called his the general. He mentioned the name, but I don't recall. But he asked him, why are we going to war with Iran? They had nothing to do with 9/11. And the general said, well, we serve at the pleasure of the president and we salute.
Yeah.
And so he said he could not in good conscience tell those soldiers to go fight. So he resigned. He resigned he was an officer, so I forget what they call him, but he resigned his office. And that's unique in a lot of ways, because a lot of times people that they will know stuff is not right.
Yeah.
But they won't say anything while they're there. But soon, and maybe not say anything after they leave. But when they leave, they'll say, "Oh yeah, we knew this, we knew that." Well, why didn't you say it when you were there?
Yeah.
And that's something. I was like, wow, that's a real man right there. Because a lot of people won't do that. They won't sacrifice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They'll say, "Oh, that was wrong. We knew it was wrong, but we didn't say nothing." Okay.
Yeah. Man, you talking about Ali, man? VKO was a radio station I'm listening to. Muhammad Ali was going to be at Franklin Park. I pleaded, begged with my mother, let me go. And she gave me a bus fare. I got on the bus. As soon as I got off the bus, I saw Muhammad Ali running in Franklin Park.
Wow.
I joined the crowd. Wasn't for about 2 minutes, man. He was running, dodging, and having fun. And then his trainers, shutted him off. But that was a highlight to this very day. And many people that was at that space would know what I'm talking about at that time. But Muhammad Ali was surely my hero for his stand against unrighteousness. And, all the years that he fought, he stood up to those who actually wanted to destroy him. King, I remember also back in the 60s, when King went against the Vietnam War, the church people said he should shut up. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't say nothing, and they went against him. King couldn't get a call from his friends, man. So they make it look, and King, I love his speeches because, they always bring up when you have anything negative about you, they try to make that as the main headline of what you've done, accomplishments. But, we all have faults, and who's without sin throw the first stone. But, we always, even ourselves, the program to pick out the negative, instead of the way this man gave his life. Malcolm gave his life. All these men gave their lives for our people. And, they should be, saluted and uplifted. But, once again, Marshall told me about the talking about a leader, Patrice Lumumba. He said he came in at the Maroons building yesterday, and there was a young man that had a speech on Patrice Lumumba. So I said, man, I didn't have enough time today, but I'm going to find out who it is because they got a 7 o'clock show.
Okay.
And, I'll go to the house and at least try to pull out one of the Patrice Lumumba. But I do have a lot of Marcus Garvey coins, but because back in the day they had Marcus Garvey coins in Jamaica. And here we had the 2 coin. Well, we had a 50-cent piece at the time. And the reason why people didn't buy that 50-cent piece because they thought that George Washington Carver and, those people that were what I call visionaries. Booker T. Washington had his coin out first. And people didn't buy it, commemorative coins. So they melted that down. And they combined him and George Washington Carver on the same coin, Booker T. Washington. But I used to go to the coin shops and buy as many as I could because they was low, $75, $4. But the price shot up. But using those, as I was saying earlier, as a means to, we should have our own Bitcoin. Africa should have a Patrice Lumumba gold coin, man. A silver coin. I mean, those coins like that would be invaluable. Steve Biko coin. Thomas Sankoyo coin. And I'm always online. I made a mistake one time, my brother. I had a chance to get a 1/10 ounce Mansa Musa coin. And I waited a day too late, and I looked on there, and it was gone. I said, oh, man. But, you always say, hey, somebody else got it for good purpose. But just, always looking for you and I ways to share to the public, ways to uplift our people, man.
They said that they put out they paid $100,000 to have Lumumba assassinated. The CIA. That's what I heard. But this country has a long history of assassinations.
Yes.
Presidents, political leaders, anybody that seems to speak out against the machine something happens to them, man. Whether you believe whether it was the government or lone wolf assassin or whatever, the bottom line is they got killed. They were taken out. And I know a lot of people probably don't like her. I used to not like her. I don't like or dislike anybody. I look for information.
Yes.
And if you got the right information, I'm going to listen to what you're saying. See, a lot of times we won't listen to information because we don't like the person giving the information.
Yes.
But you got to learn how to take what you need and leave the rest.
Absolutely.
And right now, I think this has the potential to over show all of these assassinations that have happened in the past that who was really behind it. The guy Charlie Kirk. Right now, they have the same scenario. Lone wolf gunman did the shooting. A whole lot of things went. Was it here? A 30-06 stopped by his neck bone. Give me a freaking break. Who believes that? But Candace Owens is doing an investigation and just bringing up facts, and they are like lighting her up on because she's presenting truth against somebody that they thought was an angel. And like I said, I don't like or dislike her. I just like what she's doing. And if it sheds the light on this thing and said, wow, so this is how they do it. Because we know we know what happened, but we don't really know. I mean, we have a pretty good idea that usually the person that they say did this is not the person that did it.
Right.
So it's and when you get too close to the sun, your wings melt and you fall back to earth.
But Candace, she does have information that. And you could discernment. You could decipher whatever she's talking about and use it for positive, like you said. But I don't herd mentality. Oh, she's this and she might have, but she's giving some information out that you need to at least investigate.
Exactly.
So she certainly is a person that is on the front line, but she really put herself on the front lines for some of the things she said already.
Yeah.
Yes. So, we've over the years had a long history of strong sisters, Ida B. Wells, and they just had an Ida B. Wells quarter.
It was
Fannie Lou Hamer.
Fannie Lou Hamer,
Yeah. Tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
But Ida B. Wells, when I saw that they had the quarters, you can go to the mint and order 100 quarters. I say I got to have, all these women that were important and men that were important at the time. The commemorative, they're just regular quarters, not commemorative, and you go out and buy those for history lessons. So I think they got Althea Gibson's out now, the tennis player.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, so they got quarters of her, and at one time, they had the gold coin of the great trumpeter Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
Man, that thing will run about $10,000 now, man. But a friend of mine, he had brought a three gold coin set of Haile Selassie.
Oh man, I got a 5-ounce coin with Frederick Douglass on it.
Oh yeah, those are nice, man. Yeah, those are nice. Those are real nice.
Yeah.
And they had the Tuskegee Airmen on there too, 5 ounce.
Okay, I didn't get one. I was in the coin shop when I saw. I was like, man, I got to get that.
Oh yeah, you did good on that one, man, for sure. Yes, indeed.
Man.
Yes, indeed.
Silver has been going up, and silver and gold has been money for 5,000 years, man.
Yeah.
And you look back at what a dollar used to. I think they say the dollar has only got has lost 92% of its purchasing power since since it came out. So.
But yeah, man, we got now, Brother John, wars and rumors of war, and we'll see later on today.
Yeah, man.
Where it's headed. I know they are going to. They're going to have to at least show some force, or else they will be overpowered. And you just pray for all the innocent people, man, who just want to live a normal lifestyle like we live.
Yeah.
And their children, and because what I've heard today is that the one of the bombs that. Children's girls school, and man,
some kids.
Yeah, man, and that will infuriate any nation of people to stand up, because Muammar Gaddafi made a mistake. The minister said, "Hey, man, you need to keep your bomb, man."
As soon as he got rid of it.
They warmed him over, and he was murdered in the middle of the street by foreign troops.
Yeah.
And here our concern is that we pray that those mad dogs that we got running the streets now with the mask over their face are rescuing
ICE,
people.
Baby.
Yes, we're ICE. We're ICE. We're coming to get you for whatever we want to get you for, and you can't do nothing about it. But our telltale is this. I tell people this. Cell phones has been a curse and a blessing to us.
Right.
The curse is that, when we were growing up, man, I could remember 30, 40 phone numbers in my head.
Yeah, man. You remember the party line?
Yes. But then you could, we got dumbed down. You could hardly remember your own number half the time. But the blessing was we have been, as black people, complaining for years about the murders, the atrocities the police has been doing to us. Now that cell phone started getting them. Start getting them. Telling the truth to the people. So people seeing this and they said, hey, this is real right here. And then those 2 white people got murdered in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. And they see, man, that, hey, I mean, you just a poor cracker to them.
Exactly.
And, it's a not only spiritual, but it's economic, and it's, a class war. They don't care about nobody but their own so-called class of so-called the elite people that they're not elite, but in their own minds.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Yeah, they're just satanic worshipers from what they do, according to what I've been reading, things that they practice.
Oh man, you know what? I have not even tried to look into them Epstein files.
Yeah,
I don't want to see it.
Right.
I don't,
blood drinking and sacrifices, and with the Palestinian genocide, the harvest. I mean the organ harvest.
I heard something that Israel has like 600 different kinds of skin. You know, something like to that. They have samples of they've been harvesting from the Palestinians. Man, it's that whole scenario right there, man. And they have it so tight. You can't say anything about them. Now I can go out there and call you an N-word or anybody, whatever kind of word I want to say to anybody, but you can't say that to them.
Yeah.
You can say it, but you're gonna pay the consequences.
Consequences gonna be made.
And it's getting worse and worse. I think they're trying to get a handle on it because now they're buying up all the media.
Bought the media up.
They got TikTok, and so it's going to be interesting, man. I think people are starting to wake up. I just don't know if we're going to wake up in enough time, man. So I know we've been going on for a while here, man. I know we could keep going. So we got to save a little bit for the next time. Man.
Well, I'll be armed and dangerous, but I'm gonna leave with a spiritual
go ahead, my brother.
Wisdom, and it states, "Then, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and search for me and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear them from the heavens, forgive their sins, and heal their land. I will listen wide awake to every prayer made in this place." So with that statement, we pray for families and the loved ones that are in harm's way, those who have backslid and went astray. And until next time, my brother, it's an honor, my brother. My brother. Yes, sir. My young brother, yes, sir. I'm proud of you, man.
A long time. We've been talking about this for about 10 years.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of you, the equipment that you got and your expertise. I see you still doing your thing at the festivals and all. Yeah. And, you got a lot of history. You said you got, brother, Paul Cook's classes. So, man, you are a treasure in this city, and people should know it. Man.
Oh, you are too, man.
Yes, sir.
Everybody calls him Coach, man, and I know you was a baller back in the day, man. And you coached a few players that went on to play in the NBA, didn't you?
Yeah, Michael Redd and Ike Jefferson, and City League championships at West High School, 96, 97, 97, 98, 99, 2000. We won the City League championship as underdogs.
Yeah.
But, teaching the guys how to compete at the highest level. And the Lord made it possible for me to come back from Philadelphia to be here in Columbus and to work with young men and young women, because that's the blessing.
Yeah. So, he's well. Coach, you just say coach. They know what you're talking about. You ain't even got to say the whole thing.
Right. Yeah. So I appreciate you, man, and peace and blessings to all.
All right. Well, this is our inaugural issue of... What we call it?
Voice of the People.
Voice of the People. There we go.
Yes, indeed.
This is Brother John signing off, and we'll see you next time.
My brother, peace, blessings.
Y'all be good out there, and stay safe. Keep your head on the swivel.
Yes, indeed. All right, brother.